Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome back to an episode of Wrestling Around, and this week we're going all the way back to 2011 for Extreme Rules. But before we get into that, joining me is a world famous and a very tired Terry Peters. Terry Peters, how are we doing?
I swear I yawn every time you introduce me, actually. I think
Am I boring you? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you are. Go away. Go burp again like you did last week.
You're looking very sharp, Terry Peters. He's finally had his hair cut after about, what is that, 25 months?
No. Made sure I got my money's worth out of it, though. Didn't I make it nice and long and got it nice and short? And the hairdresser went to me, "You're having it short, aren't you?" And said, "You've got to be prepared these days, haven't you? You never know when they could shut down again."
I was kind of hoping you just give in and take it all off.
Or bick it.
It's not far off being big, to be fair.
What you got there? Is that a 1 or 2?
2.
A 2. Bloody hell.
2.
2 on the back and the sides for old
2 on the
Terry
back and the
Peters.
sides and a 0 on the old top.
Already getting compliments, I'm led to believe, on Friday night streams.
Your Twitch homies were loving it.
Yeah, they were loving it, weren't they?
So check him out on Fridays.
Shout out.
Check him out on Friday and see Terry Peters looking sharp with his new do.
And Sunday mornings at 9 a.m.
Disappointed you didn't leave the rat tail though.
No chance.
That was your chance then. You could have done it for 1 week and we'd have forgot about it then. Just like, you're still in the house. You could have just had a little tiny
I'm not in the
rat tail.
house. When am I ever in the house these days?
Well,
I'm not.
we're not fully open yet, are we?
Yeah, no, but I've got to work. Not on a daily
Well,
basis.
tuck it up. Wear a hat or something.
Like
yeah.
Davy Crockett hat. I suppose it could cover the bald.
Exactly.
So
it's a win-win for everyone. Outrageous.
Yeah, it was the one chance, wasn't it? Never happen again.
you never know. Who knows what might happen?
Unless we get another lockdown, they can grow it out again.
Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
As we'll get to, Terry Peters.
Exactly.
But joining me as well is Lou Markham. Lou, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Ross. It's been a good week, hasn't it? I just want to give a good shout out to Roman Reigns' new music. Oh, have you heard it?
Do you know what? I heard it, and it was somebody quoting it, and I thought it was somebody had just dubbed over the top. And then I watched it on the official WWE YouTube channel and thought, oh, yeah, that was
Yeah, I thought
quite-
it was a dub as well.
It's still got his old one as well, hasn't it? Like parts of it. And it goes, do.
But you absolutely
Still-
can't.
Oh.
They're the best ones.
Yeah. Love it. It's like the final boss. It's great.
Do you know what I love? I think you might mention this Lou on Twitter. At Lou Markham.
That's true, thanks. Like,
Heyman just
Ah.
being the little weasel or a little smarmy little smiler next to him.
I'll call it a Smithers type thing.
Yeah, but that's
He
it.
didn't take. I watched it again because I watched it like several times now. He didn't take his eyes off him the entire way down the ramp. He was just looking at him adoringly.
Every bad guy's got like a little ratty fella
Yeah.
who just says what he wants, knowing that he's got this big hard fella to cover him.
Yeah. I'm looking for like situations where everyone's going to be, damn it, Paul. Like I loved it. Just gritty heel bad guy. Just fantastic stuff.
Where would they rank in the all-time great musics?
I think it's right up there. But it's character fit. It's the best one in like the last decade.
Ooh,
I reckon.
that's
I don't think
bullshit.
it'd work for anyone else.
No, that's true.
Like there's better music, like it's like Alistair Black's old one and stuff that are just better music. But in terms of character fit, Roman.
See, I'm torn here because in terms of tune as well, Glorious is up there.
Yeah.
But maybe not so much now. Yeah, but that's not really. That's not. Is that character fit?
That's good.
No, I'm not suggesting it is, but
That is a banger of a. I love that theme song. But Glorious for the NXT version of Bobby Roode.
yeah, he's glorious.
That's got to be up there with best character songs because that wouldn't have worked for anyone else. Imagine
Yeah,
if
and,
Nakamura did get that one.
Yeah. Oh, and this is what a blue collar working man. He is a blue collar working man. So
Yeah,
I genuinely, I often find myself listening to Heavy Machinery's theme song.
actually, no. EC3 was great
EC3
for the time he was there.
What is it with you and EC3?
It's just
One day we'll get him on. And
Well,
that'll
he's
be
the
all.
one. He's great.
WGPO.
Yeah, EC3, baby. You love it.
Is it? So it's in your. Is it your favourite song of all time? What is your favourite theme song of all time? Putting you on the spot now.
Edge's original. That one. It's great.
You think you know me?
Yeah. I loved it.
You think you know me?
I used to play it all the time on WWF The Music 4. It's great.
Ted Peters, favourite theme song of all time?
Sorry. Ultimate Warrior.
That's good. Which one? The original Mario or the guy who replaced him?
The original.
Absolutely go fuck yourself.
2 weeks in a row. It's not funny now if I keep saying it. In a few months' time, that's going to pop.
I don't know what mine would be. I feel.
Oh, Real Americans up there, isn't it?
Oh, recently, Keith Lee's old NXT one was great.
I'm going to say, this might be controversial. Is it controversial? I'm going to say it.
Yes.
Triple H's one before the game.
My time.
Yeah.
Not
in terms of songs, but whenever you watch that, you just think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Or
that was also on the WWF The Music 4. So.
Or Christian's theme song.
Christian's theme song in this is great.
This on this pay-per-view.
Close Your Eyes one.
Yeah, that was good. Actually, no, in terms of character fit, Vince McMahon.
Is the ultimate? Is that the one? Maybe glass shattering.
I heard that apparently Jim Johnson did an interview, and apparently he was genuinely pissed off with Vince when he wrote it, and he was just like, that was his experience of like talking to Vince. Was how he wrote that song.
You've got no chance.
It's got to be one of the, if not the most recognizable theme songs of all time.
Yeah.
No chance.
When we were in that Raw after WrestleMania, and everyone was just singing along with his. Even when the music stopped, and we just carried on singing. Great stuff.
It's just what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big Vince, Big V, some might call him.
Big V, well, that's segued
Speaking of that, I just want to. I finally learned how to do nice segues after about a year and a half. This is the time for your weekly wrestling roundup of the Wrestling Federation Wednesday weekly wrestling.
It's in some that might be right. I don't know.
There's a lot of W's there.
Got the initials right.
We had debut of the Big V.
Big V was last minute debut that, but it beat Bob Holly, leaving his debut match. So he's got a chance to go for Bob in the Bank, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did. So that was good of him.
Big V.
We had
a new day. Yes, it is.
We had the tag team tournament. I'm trying to think what.
Well, I believe that Samoa Joe and Ron McDonald beat.
They did. The Colonel.
I believe the Colonel got out of the cage too early.
He did.
That's it for his team.
Colonel got out of the cage too early, and the drumstick left his head on. Maybe that was his mistake.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have left the head on. The cage. What an opening round. Ronald McDonald, Samoa Joe progressed. What else did we had? We had Ted Peters, unfortunately, carried on losing.
Well, no, but he's what a valiant effort from Ted Peters.
Did he win the heart of the fans? Did he lose the match or win the heart of the fans?
He performed the tombstone on the Undertaker, which was bold. It was old school and the tombstone, wasn't it? He really went for it.
But he ultimately did lose in his 3-on-1 handicap match against the Undertaker.
It's weird, Ross, because in tonight's episode, in the tag team tournament, it's weird how it works out, but the APA have been drawn against Terry Peters and a mystery partner.
Oh, exciting. Are these draws rigged? I don't know.
Who knows?
What?
Who even knows how many teams are in this tournament? Because I haven't decided yet. But that's what's going on tonight. I think it's going to be a 16-team tournament now, because I've got ideas.
We also had the debut of Wide John.
Wide John.
Did he pick up the win?
Yeah, he did, didn't he? His head was wide, wasn't it?
Yeah, his head was wide. And that's all that matters. Doesn't matter if he wins. He did pick up the win. Did he win by like count out?
He won by count out.
The crowd was not happy.
I want to win.
We had Randy Hogan go back to winning ways. He
beat Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho with Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, and if Chris Jericho had won, he would have been in the title match now. But tonight is Chris Jericho versus Kermit the Frog. Oh. Chris Jericho wins. He joins its triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Friends become enemies.
Yeah. They were good friends, but the better enemies.
Oh, yeah.
Friends become enemies. Did you just quote Willem?
Yeah, that was a weird night.
R.I.P. Whitlam.
Oh, no, the Big Metal Gorilla.
No, before we get there, Arn Anderson retained his entrance title
against Jake Hager.
Yeah. So he won that. Did we have a? Oh, we also had Team Ric Flair against Team Cena.
Who won?
I don't know. Ric Flair?
The Cena's won because I was pissing out outside the ring when
Team Cena won.
It was one fall to a finish, which is not the general rule of trios matches. Normally elimination.
The card had overrun already. Yeah. The big controversy was.
Was it controversy? Because I hadn't noticed anything happened.
The big controversy was the BMG, the Big Metal Gorilla, making his second match against Cole Quinn.
The fake Ultimate Warrior, the guy who replaced
Cole Quinn, just as Ultimate Warrior. Some say the BMG lost straight away.
No, I don't think it happened. I think there was a bit of a fast count from referee Randy Anderson.
Well, as the newly installed commissioner of the Wrestling
the Jack
Federation
of the WWF,
I saw a fast count from beloved ref Randy Anderson.
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah,
the match had to be restarted. It doesn't go down as a pinfall loss with BMG. It's 2-0.
It does not. It does not. He's 2-0, and he will be exacting revenge as he goes 1-on-1 against Randy Anderson tonight with special guest referee Red Shoes, who of course was the referee from WrestleMania. But I had to go back to Japan. He's going back in for one night.
This is what we do.
What we do.
On Wednesday Weekly Wrestling.
This is what we do.
It's a good. But there's another card tonight. There's going to be shocks. There's going to be surprises,
and you have to be there.
Mm-hmm. You do have to be there to see it.
Who's Terry Peters' Mystery Partner going to be? That's the main event.
Can Terry Peters break the slump? Yeah. That's what we all want to know.
Well, we'll find out who his mystery partner is, won't we? So.
And will he or will he not be dressed as a cowboy?
Oh, we'll find out who it is.
So join us.
Is it time for Cowboy Peters? If we end as wrestling fans, if we end Cowboy Peters, how do we have to wait?
Does he have to carry on losing to become Cowboy Peters?
I don't know. Does he have to win to get Cowboy Peters?
Is this going to turn around? Does he become too cocky as Cowboy Peters? All these questions and more.
He tombstoned the Undertaker last week.
He ultimately lost, though.
Yeah, but he was feeling pretty confident.
He won
the Undertaker picked him up
and
said, "Good match, kid." At the end.
Well, that's all you want, isn't it?
Yeah, hell of a fight.
All the questions and more questions you didn't even know needed answers are going to be answered on Wednesdays. So join us at 7:30 tonight, where we'll all be there. Terry Peters will be there fleetingly. Blue will be there with his belt in the corner, showing off his lovely new settee.
Champion.
I'll be there in the comments, making sure that Randy Anderson doesn't try and screw anybody else.
Well, and Aaron Franklin will be there just causing all sorts of problems.
No, number one fan, the Franklin star, whatever he's called, will be there. And you can also, I think this only works for Terry Peters, but we have fan submitted matches. So if you want to see Terry Peters skip it up.
Just, if you want to book the match, book the match.
But Terry Peters.
There'll be no request for Terry Peters because obviously he's in the tag team tournament.
Yeah, but next week.
Though.
Unless he progresses. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't even know when the next round is, Ross, because we don't even know. I think we've had 2 matches in that somewhere.
3. Well, this will be the third.
This will be the third.
There's one every weekend.
I think that's how it's working out.
The hair business went through.
Well, they'll be back, Ross, because obviously there's questions over their relationship with the Big Bad Wolf.
See, it's must-see TV. Yeah. It's must-see TV. So join us Wednesdays on Twitch, dress around at 7:30.
Yeah, that's great.
Tonight, get on with it.
It's tonight, isn't it? Bloody hell, it's
tonight. Get watching it. Right, that's enough of that then. We'll do what we all came here for. Extreme Rules 2011. Yeah. We've done a few Extreme Rules matches, like pay-per-views. This is back in the glory days where every match was some sort of variation of Extreme Rules.
Wasn't it great?
It was all right. So this happened on May the 1st at the St. Pete Times Forum, Tampa, Florida. 10,000 people. Well, someone said, I read a review that said 19,500 people there. Official source, Wikipedia, suggests that there was only 10,000 people there. So what would them have 10,000 and 19,500 people eating and drinking, though?
Frankly, whatever they want, Russ. What a selection.
Is it God tier?
They're now called Amelie Arena. So we've got Curate TPA, which is a fresh experience with Amelie Arena. Sustainable food and beverage there, so that's nice and fresh. Cigar City Brewing. They've got a tap room within the arena. Great. Corona Cantina. Ford's Garage is in the Ford. They've got a garage there which serves burgers.
Yeah, is it like the car company? Ford?
Yeah. The Holy Hog Barbecue, your hometown smokehouse, there on section 124 on the promenade level. J&J Snack Foods, actually banned by Joey Mercury and Jimmy Noble.
I was going to say that's everyone's security, is it?
I can actually see Jimmy Noble doing that behind the bar.
Yeah, just a bit of barbecue, a bit of Southern barbecue.
I can see him doing it.
Mr. Empanada, get your empanada. Outback Steakhouse.
It's got all.
Oh, we'll continue. Papa John's. Papa John's. Heineken Star Bar. Where do you do fish chips? You be a battered local Gulf catch.
Yeah.
PDQ, which is chicken, I believe. That's everything. Heineken over there is a premium beer, isn't it? It's not like the Heineken we get over here. It's brewed in Newcastle. It's
premium.
And also Brooklyn. The Brooklyn beer that we get now is also brewed in Newcastle. Very disappointing. Just not. It doesn't get you the same vibe, is it?
It's not the same, is it?
What? But I'm gonna have to drink something else with pretentious now. Eh?
One day they'll bring back the summer ale.
Yeah,
it'll be glorious.
It will, but not after bloody doing that or brewing it in like Basingstoke or something. I don't want it. I want it fresh from.
Bain's the king of beers around here.
Fresh from Utica.
Bain's, that's where it's all happening, isn't it? The old brewers. Cool. That's it then. Everyone was suitably fed and watered. We'll start with the opening video package then. This could have just been the one after WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was.
It was now to do with this pay-per-view, though.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Commentary team.
What a very good WrestleMania, was it, in context? Let's remember. 27 on the worst ones.
I wasn't watching. Yeah, and The Rock ruined it or something, didn't he? Does The Rock host? Does this start off Cena Rock?
They start Cena Rock, it literally went, they booked it like the night after.
They'd already announced it at this point, hadn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it was not announced the night after Raw.
And it was The Rock's birthday. It's The Rock's birthday today as we record this, actually. Happy birthday, Rock.
Happy birthday, Rock.
Not Paul McShane's birthday as well.
David Beckham, as you claimed once.
Was it David Beckham or Paul? One of them.
I think it was David Beckham.
Is it David Beckham's birthday then?
No, I thought it was again. I thought it was Paul McShane's, and you thought it was David Beckham's.
Paul McShane's is the 6th of January.
Yeah, it's the same as Alex Turner from Arctic Monkeys. No, Beckham's in May, actually. It's not.
Beckham's is today.
That's today as well, bloody hell.
Yeah, so you got Beckham and
Paul McShane.
So easily done. Both glorious hair.
Yeah. David Beckham and The Rock on the same day. Icons.
Yeah, two big sporting icons.
Pushed out vaginas at the same time. Glorious.
Out of the womb.
Jesus Christ. Should we move on then? So the commentary team with Josh Matthews, Jerry the King.
Oh my God, this commentary team.
Booker T and Michael Cole. So Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole are there all the way through. Josh Matthews and Booker T is the bookman.
Unfortunately, they're all the way through.
Booker T's there all the way through.
But he's got some good lines though, Booker T.
Does he?
I think this has come to be the worst commentary team we've come across. Comfortably.
You gotta love it. I think that's only because we've not had any Matt Striker ones yet, but yes.
I don't know. We've had Ed Ferrara.
Oh, we have actually. Second worst then.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Ed Ferrara is like just
the worst.
One of the worst things to happen to humanity.
He's not these aren't much higher, put it that way then.
Yeah.
I'd rather just had somebody screaming all the way through the match instead of actually commentating than Ed Ferrara. That would have been my idea.
Yeah.
That's
Michael Cole won me. I'd rather have like modern day JR than Ed Ferrara.
Michael Cole won me up. He was supposed to, wasn't it? Because he was the heel.
Yeah, but it don't work, does it?
No.
The heel.
He's the Cole train, isn't he? It was like when Todd Grisham became the heel for a little bit. That was awful as well.
I think it would have worked if he went to be, if Josh Matthews did all the play-by-play and Cole was just colour.
Yeah, Colin. Yeah.
Maybe it would have worked. But I think I didn't watch this era of wrestling, so I don't know. You probably have to say more. At this point, it had already gone on too long, hadn't it?
Well, it just should have ended at WrestleMania, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should have just been done.
What are you continuing a feud between Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler for like 4 pay-per-views? Why are you doing it, Russ? There's no need, is there?
I don't know why you would do it. I don't know why you would do it in the first place.
Why would you do it once? Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't need to be a thing, and WWE made it a thing.
Yeah, it was weird that like King was comfortably the best commentator on the show. I think I did one match.
Yeah. To be fair, he didn't do a women's match because he wouldn't have been if he'd done the women.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
Booker had some. I picked out a few of Booker's quotes just because the bookman there,
Fuckisms.
which I just enjoyed. There's another commentary team. I'm sure we'll discuss them all the way through. But you got Todd Grisham backstage. Give him a shot.
No.
Find him.
No, he's.
I thought you're a boxing fan, I guess.
Yeah, but I watched the English commentary of him.
I thought he was widely regarded as one of the worst boxing commentators of all time.
I think the full American team is horrendous, so I watch the English versions.
Okay.
I pay
Steve
box. I pay. No, he doesn't do it. Well, he does on the radio. I pay £3 for DAZN a month. No, £2, £1.99 for DAZN.
Yeah.
But I would pay for Sky Box Office to not listen to the American commentators. Yeah, he's not good. I think they're all about. Mauro Ranallo's good at boxing.
Yeah.
Mauro
He's back in the wrestling now, isn't he?
He is back. A big mistake letting him go. What do we think of Adnan Verk? I've not heard him.
I've not heard him.
But,
It sounds like he shouldn't be there. It's not quite Adamley level.
Right.
But I mean, because like I don't watch Raw, it is the quote.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen on the clips, he might go into it.
Why should they put him like 205 Live first?
Yeah, should just not employ him.
Yeah, bring back Dio.
What's wrong with Tom? I think Tom feels all right.
He's too busy trying to pound people's faces and not what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's sending illicit messages on
Please,
flights.
yeah, the phrase you're looking for was Facebook.
Was that the one? Right?
Yeah, that was it.
That's what he's doing. Which, Corey Graves did call him out on 205 Live, I think. So
He did, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
You got to love him for that. But once the first match, then quite a big match. Randy Orton versus CM Punk, last man standing. Punk originally comes out with the new Nexus. He's with David Otunga, Michael McGillicuddy, and Mason Ryan, who I had to Google because I just could not remember his name.
Spurs manager.
Legend.
Yeah. He comes out with them. The anonymous Raw GM bans the Nexus.
The heavily booed anonymous Raw GM.
Had that gone on too long as well?
Yeah, it never ended.
It was Hornswoggle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like it went missing for like 4 years, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's Hornswoggle's a laugh," on like a Raw. It wasn't like they're meant to be Hornswoggle.
Right. Well, the new Nexus died pretty much after this as well, didn't it?
The Nexus died at SummerSlam.
It sort of limped on to Money in the Bank 2011. And then just kind of fizzled out.
We saw the death of the Nexus anyway. We covered it. It's in the archives.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So 2010 was that?
Yeah, SummerSlam 2010.
That was the death of them. Yeah, they're just rubbish, aren't they? And the Cork, Jesus Christ, we'll get onto them
later. That's like staying
on.
on the car, Christ.
I just think you're coming out and you've got David Otunga. He looks like a lawyer. Michael McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel. There's no way that man can ever look intimidating.
David Otunga though had his wife was winning Oscars and stuff at the time. Like you'd thought they'd love a good celebrity thingy. They thought they capitalised on that.
It was never really that over.
Unless her advisors were like, "Don't do what Mickey Rourke did. Don't get involved in wrestling because you won't get your Oscar if you do." Like, stay out.
Yeah, deserved one, didn't he?
But when he was on NXT, it was all like A-list Otunga and that, wasn't he? And then he came on.
I don't think he's got.
Now I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, but that's the Miz is already doing that gimmick, and I don't think he's got the personality to pull it off like the Miz has. I think he's vanilla, isn't he?
Yeah.
In the nicest sense of the word, the man is boring.
Yes.
So he just don't look into Miz Ryan's anyone looks intimidating out of them three. And where's it? What happened to him? He just left, didn't he?
Yeah. He was. I believe. Yeah. Did he end up in like Cirque du Soleil or something?
I think he did.
It was somewhat weird like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you said, I know what you're saying. He's the only intimidating one of the three, isn't he?
Yes, okay, so Axel just looks.
But then the anonymous Raw GM says no, thank you, and sends them away.
Gets rid of him. Disappointed that the ref did throw him out.
Well, like you can't, can you?
Imagine if the anonymous Raw GM just sort of like Inspector Gadget just grew some arms. Threw him out.
Why don't you get Josh Matthews to do it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be as good though, would it?
What do you think of this match? It went 20 minutes.
I enjoyed it for an opener.
Yeah.
They're hard to do, aren't they? Especially for an opening last man standing match. And the rest of the card is also Extreme Rules. It's one of the issues of it, isn't it, where every match is hardcore.
There's an awful bit of commentary. I believe it was by Josh Matthews.
Go on, Peters.
The icy stare sends chills down your spine.
That's poetic, that. What's wrong with that?
Gross.
You say it was from Josh Matthews, but it's probably from Vince. Right?
Yeah.
Or whoever was backstage room.
If it was Booker T, you'd be like, that's stir, it's icy. Well, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
Booker through the chair in the corner.
Yeah, and out the ring as well.
Yeah.
That was impressive. I've just wrote here, shitload of kendo sticks.
Yeah.
That seems to be the only weapon they really used, kendo stick.
Suppose you've got to save weapons
And
the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And the chair around Orton's neck was pretty damn impressive as well.
Yeah.
You think the unwraps the announce table, nobody went through it?
Yeah, that's disappointing when that happens. It's
Yeah.
like, what's that? Is it someone's gun?
Yeah.
That's saying it. Yeah.
That was disappointing. At the end of it, then, Randy Orton hits an RKO from the top rope to win.
That is
win.
a cool finish.
It is.
That is a cool finish.
I don't think he'd done it before that point, had he? Or very...
I don't know. It was pretty early on, isn't it? He's not been on that long. I don't know if it's humanly possible, but I would have preferred him to jump up to that level.
Yeah.
More of
I
a
know what you mean.
surprise.
It looks more like a neck breaker kind of thing, doesn't it? But
Yeah, it just doesn't look as impressive when you can see he's going to do it.
he just doesn't seem the type to do like a springboard, does he?
No. I don't know. I don't know how you could do it, but that would have been ideally.
I reckon like someone like John Morrison did it because obviously he's held his pack all skills.
I will get to him later on.
But,
Morrison. CM Punk losing then. Am I right in thinking this starts as Summer Punk? Is that
I think he
shortly
loses a few more, doesn't he? Let's have a look at what he does later on. What was next? Over the limit, wasn't it?
He has
2 weeks later.
This is after the Straightest Society, though, isn't it? So his henchman of Gallows has gone.
Well, he's got the Nexus now.
Yeah,
He kicked old Barrett out.
I was going to say he's done the Straightest Society at this point, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, they lose to him and Mesa Ryan lose to Big Show and Kane the next pay per view,
Oh my god.
and then Capital Punishment. He beats Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So he's doing some things, but he wasn't really doing a lot.
A weird looking pay per view. Just putting that out.
Truth headliner, isn't he? I'm sure we'll get that at some point.
Yeah, it's very strange pay per view.
Yeah, I don't know. See him, but a good match by two good people. Just surprising that is this early on. But I guess what else would you have put first?
Yeah.
I don't know. What did we think of it then, Terry Peters? You enjoy it?
I thought it was a strong opener, to be fair. For something at this time as well, it's not a time that I've watched in WWE all that much. I was pretty impressed with it, to be fair.
They're hard to do, aren't they?
Mr. Meltzer gave it a 3.5.
I think that's about fair, that. 3.5.
Ah, well done. Well done, David.
That's got one
Good
right.
night. Yeah. Good lad.
Lou, I believe you was watching this at the time.
I don't think I was at uni, so I wasn't watching weekly. I think I was just keeping up with results, to be honest.
I was going to ask from your perspective, did it fit what you was expecting at the time?
I don't think I was watching it weekly. I think I was in my second year. I was at uni.
Yeah.
I remember that much.
You was not doing your coursework, you was watching wrestling instead.
I distinctly watching WrestleMania 27 at a mate's house at uni. But yes, I don't know. I was expecting to be Irish Wrestling at the time.
Yeah, well, there we go. I'll ask that again then. Shot that right out.
No, I was keeping up to date, but I wasn't watching Raw on a weekly basis. So I was just kind of checking out what was going on.
Does anyone really watch Raw on a weekly basis even now?
Yeah, no one has the time.
Nobody does.
No one even.
Well, 1.7 million people do.
Yeah. Yeah, fair play to them.
Nothing else to do.
So
reassess your life.
Falling asleep while the TV's on. Watched it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one day I was the only person watching Steph's Packed Lunch because I fell asleep watching Kitchen Nightmares and left the TV on.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure there was like a newspaper headline saying that only one person watched, but I'm pretty sure it was me.
Steph's Packed Lunch. Is that Steph McGovern?
Steph McGovern.
Ain't good that she's Northern.
Oh God,
smoggy, isn't she?
She's Northern, you know.
I'll tell you what she is. She's the West.
Is she
also,
Northern?
right?
I believe she's Northern, Russ.
Do you know who is terrible on it? I don't know if he's on it all the time, but he was definitely on it the other week when I was watching it. Marcus Brigstock.
He's not very good, is he? Bless him.
Oh my God, is he? My said, who is he? What is he supposed to be? I think he's supposed to be a comedian.
He's a comedian, isn't
He was not funny.
He used to be all right on that argumental with Rufus Hound.
No, the Hound carried him.
The Hound carried him, yeah.
He's been shit.
He's married to Rachel Paris, isn't he? Off of the MASH report.
And I don't think I've seen any of her live shows, but I literally believe she's quite funny.
I went to see her in Leeds, yeah. She's
he's just not, is he?
She should give him some tips, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's just awful.
Yeah.
Oh, there was sat outside on a picnic bench, talking about stuff you can wear outside at the pub. Chris Kamara's on it wearing a big slipper.
Yep. Doing one big slipper.
Yeah, doing like Billy Connolly impressions.
Hang on a minute. When you say a big slipper, what do you mean? Like,
there's in 2 feet in one slipper.
Oh, so it's not got like a big slipper that's on his full body.
No, that would be a.
He's not.
I don't know what that would be. No, he's wearing a big. It's a slipper. It's bigger than the regular slipper because it's got both his feet in.
Okay. Seems impractical. Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Then Marcus picks up, which is not funny. Anyhow, I've just admitted to watching Steps at Lunch twice. There, I watch it every day now. Don't really.
She's Northern, you know.
Oh God, she's awful. She's proof that people watch. Like, she's not the reason people watch shows. I've done this rant before.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, you
it's
have.
the same as my politician rant, where people vote for the party, not for the politician.
Yeah.
Douglas Carswell.
Right.
We once saw her on the train.
Did he?
Yeah, I think it's doesn't look like him.
No, I was going to say, I thought I was sure I would have said something. Right.
Right then, moving on. Lawler, Lou's called him the best commentator on the show. He now leaves commentary.
Oh, God. I think my notes at this point says, please, King, please don't leave us with Matthews Booker, but that's what he was about to do.
How times have changed.
Do you know what's weird? It's like, at WrestleMania 27, did the commentary not end up being like Jim Ross and Booker or something? Like, it was... It was really weird, wasn't it?
Just wait until...
Booker must have been doing it for a few years now, though.
Yeah. You gotta love it, aren't you?
When was the
you can't produce Booker, though, can you? You can't tell him what to say.
No, that's probably why he didn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I remember, this just sums up Booker T. I think it was Cesaro and Sheamus had just become as a tag team. And Booker T says, yeah, well, Cesaro wants to focus on singles titles.
Yeah.
You're just getting over a new tag team with the tag team champs.
Does what he wants.
Booker. Oh, God. We then go backstage and we see a very white Sheamus talking to Teddy Long. He's told he'll be facing Kofi Kingston for the United States Championship. But he's not happy about this because Sheamus, the Irishman,
wants to see Kofi Kingston's passport.
Yeah, I don't know if this was the level or the right time. Was this a thing on Barack Obama? Because it was the whole thing about him not being born in the US.
On it. Shit barefoot movement thing, rubbish on it. This is like, don't try. They always try to get involved with like, politics. You know, like just anything that's in the news. But this, it wasn't very good, was it? It don't make any sense.
Look, James is Irish.
He's an Irishman. And it's not like Kofi's pretending to be from America. It's clearly announced from Ghana. So who cares?
Is it Ghana at this point? Is he still Jamaican?
Yeah, it's Ghana, West Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of, I don't know. Don't keep it out. Just keep it out. Keep it out. That leads us into the match then. Kofi Kingston vs Sheamus for the United States Championship. It's a tables match. This had some pretty good stuff in it, I thought. So, Peters, did you enjoy?
Do you know, again, another fairly solid match. Yeah, I enjoyed it actually. I like Kofi doing the Kofi things because Kofi.
The one I enjoyed was him going either side of the table to stop him going through.
I enjoyed him straddling the ladder. Was it straddling
the table?
Yeah, sorry, that one. Yeah, I don't like
yeah,
that.
But he jumps. It looks like he's going to go through it. Puts his legs either side.
Yeah, straddling it.
I did enjoy that. And I enjoyed the fact when he got brogue kicked, he then jumps over the table so he didn't go through. Clever.
And I like the finish to this match as well.
The Trouble in Paradise and then the boom drop through the table.
Yes.
Kofi Kingston, the new champ, 9 minutes.
Big Dave gave this
3. Didn't have long enough to be any more than that. I'm agreeing with it. What's going on here? I'm agreeing with Dave.
Well done, Dave. Once again. Having a good year, isn't he?
Well, you enjoyed this match? This is Sheamus.
I did, yeah. Was this not a bit? There's some draft-based shenanigans on there for the context of this show, where everyone was drafting. So I feel like
there was a few announcements.
They gave a lot of the results away.
I was going to say you kind of expect.
Yeah. I imagine if
a few titles have changed.
Yeah, if you watched it at the time, you probably would have known. It's like when one title moves over and the other one doesn't. You know, someone's going to lose the title.
Yeah. So I think that kind of would play into it, because even when I was watching it, I was like, well, you've just moved, and this guy's, so it's just that's the way, isn't it? But no, good for Kofi. It's the start of Kofi's big push, as we always used to think back in the day.
And then he got it.
8 years
It's
later.
strange that you'd watch this match now and you'd be like, yeah, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus.
Yeah.
10 years on, you'd have watched that match now and you'd have thought, yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
But no, it was, for a again, tables matches are hard to do. A lot of these matches are going to be like hard to do, aren't they?
Kofi just needs to do Kofi things, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah, when you've got him doing Kofi things.
And Sheamus been the powerhouse and throwing people about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was the whole thing of like Sheamus won his first title in a tables match. Yeah, he pushed John Cena off top of Sam Buckley, went through it, so he won his first title.
Yeah, right. Well done, Sheamus. I'm a big fan of Sheamus. I always have been. Just
yeah, shit
fella,
put me off him now. It's just like
what, the shit haircut?
No, the shit Bertha joke. The whole I need to see his passport.
Oh right, I thought you said the shit haircut. I was going to say that comes later when he shaves his head, sides of his head.
Yeah. No, this one he'd just been kicked off WrestleMania, hasn't he?
Is this before he Sheamused everything?
That was the year after.
So yeah, I mean, this is like before he's known as Sheamus who ruins everything.
I think so.
Because
I think he'd just turned heel at this point.
Right.
I'm sure he was the face against Daniel Bryan.
Oh, see, like the 11 seconds.
Yeah, he definitely was that year. Because he faced him this year, but they moved it to the dark match, the pre-show, the United States Championship.
I don't think you should have the. I don't think you should.
But that's before it was like it wasn't like the pre-show. It's just like it's not on tally kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, strange, isn't it? Sheamus.
But yeah.
He's finally shook it. The bad did that, but yeah, he was just a ruiner.
He did ruin a lot of things.
Ruined stuff today. Just ruined stuff.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, then we get Todd Grisham. He's backstage with R-Truth, who's saying that this is a conspiracy. He was supposed to be in the main event. However, he gave up his match to John Morrison.
Heel Truth is weird.
It is weird to see, isn't it, now?
Yeah.
He started smoking at some of us.
R-Truth.
That was his heel turn.
Well, as we found out last week with Ultimate Warrior, real bit of his don't smoke, do they? So
yeah, I think that's why he was a heel, because he was smoking.
He did beat up John Morrison and started having a fag or something there.
He got rid of his entrance theme at this point, didn't he? So it's just the truth will set you free.
Yeah,
then he was in silence.
Good, because I hate when they just carry it on, carry on doing normal face things, but they're supposedly a heel now.
Just wrapped to doing anyway.
Yeah, she'd wrap her in, but just say you lot suck or something.
Yeah, fuck you. Say, what's up? Fuck you. Fuck you.
He just looks right in the eye. He didn't tell anybody that he was going to do that. He just looks right in the eyes of a kid and screams at him.
Fuck yourself. Yeah.
Ruins that kid's life, but it makes a decent heel turn.
Yeah. Worth it. Worth the child's psychological trauma.
I didn't realise that R-Truth's little Jimmy character came from this heel run.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He was getting all paranoid in that, wasn't
he? Yeah, and that was like a famous thing. It's Peter's favourite thing about...
Little Jimmy.
Yeah, well, R-Truth.
Yeah.
But the next match then, we've all been waiting for. This is Jack Swagger and his tag team partner Michael Cole against Jerry Lawler and his tag team partner JR in a country whipping match.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Picking up now. Business is about to pick up.
Cole comes out. He's wrapped in bubble wrap. There's a Cole promo. He's obviously heel, wearing his helmet. He beat King because Austin got involved. Did he win by DQ?
So, no, Austin was the special guest referee.
Right.
And I think Cole pushed him, so he stunned him. Lawler won. But then the anonymous GM, after the fact, reversed the decision.
Why?
Because Austin overstepped the bounds of impartiality
Because we can't have nice things, Ross.
No, but if you've had to drag Austin in to make that match watchable,
Mhm.
why are you carrying it on?
It was like the whole segment went like half an hour on WrestleMania 27, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then the night after, Cole got real annoyed and sprayed barbecue sauce at JR.
That's why I'm having this match.
Yeah.
So it goes 7 minutes. I've not
7 minutes too long.
Yeah, nobody needs to see a 7-minute JR match.
It looks intense though, didn't it, when it came out?
Fair play to JR though. Chucking, you whipped the crap out of Cole, didn't he?
But just when he walked out, Boomer Superstar playing, he walked out.
Yeah,
like a badass,
he
didn't
looks
he?
intense, didn't he?
He's ready for it, one of us.
He's chucking ankle locks all over the shop, isn't he?
Loved it.
JR.
That's his stuff.
But unfortunately for JR and Lawler, Cole and Swagger get the win. And Michael Cole rolls up JR.
Just so far that Jack Swagger, less than a year before this, was World Heavyweight Champion.
I was going to say, Jack Swagger's sort of career, I feel at this point, had nosedive.
Yeah.
But he stayed around for a good few years after this, didn't he?
Yeah, because then 2 years later, he got back into the main event of WrestleMania, didn't he, against Del Rio? But he got busted for something, didn't he, like the week before?
Right.
And then they didn't even mention and jobbed him out.
Yeah, right. Because I was always, I don't know
that
where
was the whole we the people thing. It's Peter's knows well.
Yeah, Peter's
We the people.
Just did it as Zack Sabre Jr. match instead of Jake Hager. I was always led to believe that WWE didn't want it, but because of his amateur wrestling background, they wouldn't release him because he was too valuable for elsewhere. I don't know how true that is. I was once told that.
Don't know.
What I also enjoyed about
he did quite well in Bellator, didn't
he? JR, when he takes his t-shirt, untucks his t-shirt when he's showing his means business as well, is pretty.
Yeah, well, he can't be tucked in. He's going to be loose, isn't he? He's going to be loose to put them ankle locks on. Yeah, I don't like non-wrestlers wrestling anyhow. Especially don't need to see.
Well, Jim Ross said that he didn't like doing it, but apparently when he did it on Raw, he always got big numbers.
Right.
I think it's because it's almost that comedy factor. People want someone like a Jim Ross to do it.
We'll see what happens.
You want to see him win. You don't want to see Jim Ross get rolled up by Michael Cole.
Wasn't a good roll-up, was it?
No, it wasn't, because none of the wrestlers. Jack Swagger is the only legit wrestler there. King is being out of it for ages. When's the last time King had a good match? When's the last time King had anything good?
King still wrestles now.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Who did he wrestle? He wrestled someone every week, didn't he?
He wrestled. I remember Austin. I was going about him wrestling Terry Funk, and all they did was throw punches. It lasted about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's what the crowd wants. That's what the crowd gets.
That's what the crowd wants. Yeah, but the last good thing King did was jump out at Taz from that warehouse.
Yeah. Best thing he did.
Exactly.
No, King always used to do this, didn't he? Back in the day. It was always like some woman was getting beaten up by a bloke, and he was like, I'm not going to stand for this and get in the ring.
Yeah, King against sexism, but he later on is literally...
Your manga.
Taz.
It's King now, isn't he?
Sorry, China.
Yeah.
China, didn't he?
Some big feuds.
It was awful. Big Dave gave this...
-1.
Pleased to know. 1 1/4.
1 1/4.
It's got to be for JR's like little ankle locks.
Just general red ass.
He's loved it, didn't he? Oh God, we'll move on. We get John Cena backstage. He's with Todd Grisham. I can't remember what he said.
It's about not having the title for 10 months, which shocked me actually to think that John Cena was without the title for 10 whole months.
Well, it shocked me more.
Was he injured?
No.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems a long time for John Cena not to have it.
What shocks me more was at this point he's got 9 titles in 2011. I don't know when he won his first in 2005. He's only got 16 now.
Only.
Well, no, but this is 10 years later.
Yeah, because he kept having... I think it was daft that he kept having pointless title reigns like this. Like even his 16th one was only like 2 weeks on it.
Good shock though, when he beat Styles.
Yeah, he lost it. And
that was a good elimination chamber, that though, to Bray Wyatt.
A mixed tag match, it was. But then Bray Wyatt lost it, so no one got any benefit from it. No one.
Yeah, but we got the worms.
No
one. The worms on the ring. So Peters, did you almost just nearly die?
Yeah, I almost knocked my water over.
I completely missed that.
I've just seen him rocking back and forth.
Yeah, poo almost came out my bum.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, what? Right, okay. Rey Mysterio, that's Cody Rhodes.
I enjoyed this.
It is a Falls Count Anywhere match. So Rey Mysterio injured Cody Rhodes, so he's now got to wear a mask.
Package.
Yeah, a little bit of story behind this. So Cody Rhodes was dashing Cody Rhodes. I thought that was when he had the mustache.
He still looks like the generic creator wrestler.
He did the mustache rest, but he had to when he kicks him in the face. He just couldn't grow a facial hair anymore.
And as we know from Halloween Havoc 1995, losing your mustache is the worst thing that can happen to any person.
So for his facial surgery, he had to get rid of the mustache.
Right.
I'm making all this up now.
But if it fits, it fits. So
remember, say should have done was come out with like his mustache on his knee. He was like,
mustache is crooked.
Still your mustache.
Mustache is crooked.
Still your cookie duster. Just put it across the
Cody
knee.
So Cody Rhodes has sort of gone crazy because now he has to wear a mask and he thinks he's ugly. And he said, "Everybody,
wait till 10 years later and he sees his neck." Anyway.
Now he can run this because he's got that piece of blue red shit all over him. He says he does a promo. He says everyone, it's just Extreme Rules, is extremely ugly, and he hands up paper bags.
Do you know what? I was seeing
watching
the crowd. Some people in the front row had those paper bags on. People were craning the next up round, and that must be so annoying if they were given one of those things and you were sat directly behind and couldn't see because you got a Cody Rhodes bag on your head.
Which is weird, isn't it? Because no one in Florida wants to wear a mask these days. But,
yeah, exactly.
But at the time,
they're loving it.
Yeah.
They've got mouthfuls, haven't they? So maybe they'll be all right with them masks. The biggest mask injustice for me is Rey Mysterio. He loves a head touch with a child at the front of the crowd.
Don't make it weird.
I felt so sorry. Because there was five, I counted there was five children wearing Rey Mysterio masks. Imagine you're on the edge of the ramp with a Rey Mysterio mask. You think you're getting something, don't you? 100%. The one at the start got something. The one at the end got something. The three in the middle must been so gutted.
It was the kid that with the hair that didn't have a mask on that kept his arm out as well. And I don't even think he got anything.
He got.
He must have been pretty devastated.
He got something later on. I can't remember what he got, but he did get something later on.
Right, okay.
But the three children in the middle. Oh, God, I felt so bad for him because you'd be well annoyed if you got to the front. If when you're Rey Mysterio, I said, yes, I'm going to get something from Mysterio when he comes out. And then you turn left and right, and there's loads of others. It's got to be good.
Popular dude, eh?
Yeah, he was. Just an injustice that he didn't get. Didn't get it. Yeah, then he used to wear a mask on someone's mask, didn't he? He used to give the mask to the kid.
Yeah, it's like a hood, right?
Maybe that's why Dominic never took his hood off. That was nice, wasn't it?
This was not. Yeah, it's really nice.
Take it off.
Just flops about a bit, right?
Yeah.
Go on, Dom.
Everyone thought it was a mask he was going to put on later on, but it wasn't. It was just.
I thought it was a jacket he was going to take off.
Yeah.
Just no, kept it on. Don't mind him.
Very annoying.
So yeah, that was my story on Mask Injustice. This only went 11 minutes. I thought it went a lot longer. It's a false count anyway, so they fight all the way through the crowd. They go backstage.
Did anyone notice when they're in the crowd, Mike Chioda tell a fan off?
No.
He tapped Rey Mysterio in the back, and Mike Chioda was like pointing and having a right go at him. It was incredible.
I did notice. I don't know if you picked it up. They did a bit like a spot on like one of the railings, and there's loads of crowd near him. These three men next to them were clearly performance center or whatever it was at the time, wrestlers. Because of these three, the biggest burliest men I've ever seen, acting like, yeah, come on.
I didn't see that.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice it was a bit where, like, every time Rey Mysterio looked like he was going to jump off something, Cody Rhodes kept moving.
Right.
And I was like, and at one point he even ran across one of the barricades, didn't he? But Cody Rhodes wasn't there. I was like, did they mess that up, or was that just like, it was weird?
Being good, yeah.
No, because they fought in the crowd, didn't they? But normally, the security guards, or they push people back.
Yeah.
But this specific point, they did something on one of them got dropped on the railing, and there was nowhere for people to move. So what they've done is they just put. I'm assuming because otherwise they're just three really enthusiastic large men.
Yeah, could have just been that.
But just the way they were acting, like early before the Thunderdome. The early wrestlers behind the glass screens.
Okay.
They were acting like them, where there's nothing going on. They're like, yeah, they're pointing and jumping about. You know what I mean? It was acting like that, which makes me think that there was development.
I suppose FCW was that way on, wasn't it? That neck, they were in Tampa.
Yeah, so it probably was them.
Probably was made sense. Yeah.
They go backstage. Then they fight back to the crowd. Back to the ring. Rey Mysterio uses the green mist.
That was weird. Why?
Has he ever done it since?
Blue.
Or before?
Was it blue? Was it Peters? Was it like a turquoise? Should we meet in the middle? Say it was turquoise.
I thought it was like a white.
You're wrong.
It's grabbing in his face.
Then it's the 619 and Splash to win. Mysterio is the winner by pinfall.
Yeah.
Did we enjoy it? Did we enjoy Mysterio, Cody Rhodes? You're not Cody Rhodes fan.
Well, no, it's because it's annoying, isn't he? Like now.
Because
this is good. This is the time when he was looking all right. They had 2 good matches in a row. They had a good match at WrestleMania, which, to be fair, people have made better than it was since Cody began with it. But it was all right. And then, but yeah, and then this match was pretty good as well.
I enjoyed it.
The green mist thing, or whatever it was, whatever colour it was weird at the end. It was like, you know, when you're playing like 2K19 and you just pick the payback and you just pick the random one and you just put green mist on this random guy. You remember like that, wasn't it? Why was Mysterio doing that?
Yeah, it was weird. That.
Yeah, I don't know if it did since that.
Did it need that?
No, I think it did. I think it could have done something else. There could have been some other schmoz. That's why they wanted to distract him to do the thing.
Yeah,
He should have.
Who won the match at WrestleMania 27?
I don't know. But they should have ripped his mask off, and then Cody Rhodes could have been like, "Oh my god, my mask!" Do you know? I did enjoy it by Cody Rhodes though, and I don't think I've seen anybody else do it. The 619, he wasn't over the ropes like they normally are.
Yeah,
he was just like next to them. And it just made it look more natural.
Yeah, he was like balancing on the rope rather than hanging over it like that.
Yeah, because you know when they fall, don't they? They go right over the ropes and they just let it there. And they get it. It just made it look a lot more natural that he was just cowering next to the ropes because he's got something in his eyes. And that makes the 619 miles better.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes won the one at WrestleMania 27, so I guess he just went back. But did he win? Remember, say you're losing twice. It doesn't really make any difference at that point, does it? Rey Mysterio.
It was one of them people who's going to get cheered regardless, isn't he?
Yeah.
Unless you book Kurt Angle's look super.
What do you think Big Dave gave this?
3?
Well, he wasn't as in love with Cody Rhodes at the time as he is now, was he? If it was now, it'd be like 7. I reckon 3.75.
3.25.
Damn,
Which I think is about fair again. I think he's about on point there, Dave, to be fair.
He's having a good week this week. David, boy.
He's actually doing all right.
Yes, Dave.
I thought this was a really, really strong match. The only thing I wish would happen in Falls Count Anywhere matches is one time they would actually just finish outside the ring. I know why they finish in the ring for TV and everything else, but I just wish one day it would finish backstage.
Like we watched one recently. Umaga, Jeff Hardy, where they did it off the truck or whatever.
Yeah. Something like that, because it's the only time we've seen it, isn't it?
Sure, Al Snow won a match in the river once, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
And then he won a match against the fence or something. He pinned somebody against a fence. He did. I always remember the one where they're fighting on the snooker tables.
Yeah, that's what you want.
And that was Snow, wasn't it? Yeah, no, I'd love them to just shot cinematic when they had them like brawling right through the streets or something, and then they go like interrupt a play or something. You know what I mean? Going like an opera house, and everyone's like, oh, scrapping it there. That's what we need to see. That's what the 24/7 title should be.
Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, hopefully there will be once the COVID times are over.
Yeah. Or they're just like there's like a massive football game and then they run across the football field and they start scrapping.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Ruining everything.
Yeah.
Presidential address, get him in there, like why not? Like,
or Austin Booker T when they're fighting in that
supermarket.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sure, there's been like hardcore title and like kids play area and stuff like a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever it is. Like,
it's Crash Holly, wasn't it?
Crash Holly on the slide, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, just something like that. It's a little bit different, isn't it? Just to say.
Ginger on the golf course was great when he turned up in his like all his wrestling gear, just try and get the 2 count. Or like try and get a 3 count. We got 2 count. Great stuff. And on the plane that time.
Yeah, when they were sleeping.
Yeah, you'd love to see it.
You need to see. We need more. I agree with you, Peters. There, we need more finishes outside of the ring.
Yeah.
We then got to all the divas backstage. Layla is apologising. She's having a match later on. Well, next actually. And if she loses, she has to leave WWE. She's annoying, isn't she, Layla? Tamina,
Natalia. It was Beth Phoenix like that.
Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix was just like street clothes. She's the only wrestler I've ever seen backstage not wearing the ring attire.
Wearing street clothes.
Was there wearing three
Alicia
girls?
Fox was there.
Fox was there.
Kelly, the main one.
Yeah, she was the leader.
She was there.
Tamina always stands there in the same sassy pose. She still does it now. She looks real angry in the background.
Just her hair's got a bit wilder now, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
a bit straighter then. Now it's all.
I thought it was a bit wild then as well. To be fair.
Yeah. Well, Eve Torres was there.
So yeah, the problem with this segment was that
Right.
the like Layla's like, I know you don't like me, but you know, and then Kelly's like, yeah, we don't, but we like you like slightly more than Michelle McCool.
Slightly more than. And then
That's what the fans thinking as well, because no one cares.
Yeah, you are the slightly better option.
Yeah,
it's like, do you want to be slapped really hard, or do you want to be kicked in the face?
It's like when they did it with Sasha and Bailey as well. It was like, you know, Bailey turns on Sasha, and then they were like, "Oh, poor Sasha, she's the babyface now." Like, she was still annoying.
Yeah, just because
one annoying person's turning on another annoying person, doesn't mean you should suddenly like,
Have you ever seen?
It's basically like, I wanted to carry on being annoying together, but you want to be annoying on your own.
Have you ever seen James Acaster on the last? It must have been the last leg, the New Year special. Like Lorraine Kelly's on it, and they're on about like Hero of the Year. And she says Piers Morgan because of his whole COVID thing.
Fuck off.
James Acaster goes absolutely mental. See, just because you've done one good thing doesn't mean you stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because you're a bit sorry for him now. Yeah, you still being a dickhead.
She's still learning the pain from Tracy Beaker. And she'll continue to be very annoying.
We didn't get Cole. He's back in his box.
The coal miner, come on. Bit respect, please.
Do you know, right? I don't hate the coal miners because of Cole's actions during this time.
I know why you hate them.
I hate the coal miners because of that fucking annoying Irish fellow from WrestleMania 34.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying when he was a coal miner. They had those t-shirts on that weekend.
He probably did. Never, but you can't wash them because it's marker pen.
7 years older at that point.
Oh,
I've been to every WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, they've said it now, for sure. Yeah, last night, Paddy, I'll see you down Bourbon Street. 3 hours of that.
I saw everyone down Bourbon Street.
Oh, I didn't see me. Yeah,
could have seen me, I don't remember.
You probably could have seen us. Too many of the old Hurricanes.
Don't know where I was.
Stand back.
The nicest drink going, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, we'll go on to another stupid call. This stupid call box.
Mine. Come on, Ross. God's sake, some respect.
No respect.
Heel Cole was great.
No, he wasn't.
Was this before or after his NXT run? What am I talking about?
It was after. It was after the Nexus.
Yeah, when he had the gong. It's glorious.
We'll move on then. We do get Layla versus Michelle McCool. This is a no DQ, no count out. The loser leaves WWE.
We hear the same music continuing as well. Don't we?
I was going to say that, yeah. Is that somebody else's music? Was it Torrie Wilson's?
Torrie Wilson, Lillian Garcia had it for a bit. We have this conversation.
Yeah. I thought we had it recently, didn't we?
No, it's officially Michelle McCool's, isn't it?
Michelle McCool wasn't that annoying here. She's more annoying now.
When she did a little spin and yeah, my arms are up.
And then Layla comes out, moron, and she's like, I know we're feuding right now, but do you mind if I just do my pause? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. And then I'm going to kick you in the back.
Boom! Shakalaka.
What dumbass moment. Like it wasn't like she just came and they did a ring entrance and then she attacked him. She actually acknowledged the fact that Michelle McCool was there. I was like, but no, I'm going to do my entrance anyway.
Michelle McCool Taker at this point as well.
Yeah, you could tell because she had a lot of crosses on.
Well, she's really religious, isn't she?
I was going to say she's very religious. Isn't she?
That's what the crosses
I thought it was just Undertaker.
No, it's because she's very religious. That's what the crosses are for.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't really care about that when she was pretending to be the school teacher slapping people's asses.
I'm really religious, so I'm going to put a leather cross between my breasts. Yeah, sure. If
you don't get it, you don't get it.
Right, I don't get it then. Don't get it.
So just because you don't get it, don't mean that she can't do it.
There's a cross on my ass for Jesus. Like, no, not for me.
Sorry for any Christians out there.
It's what he would have wanted.
It shouldn't be me apologising. It should be Michelle McCool. I thought it was for Undertaker. I was like, fair enough. Like, so.
Yeah, you spooky dude. Put a cross on me.
Yeah, spooky dudes. There's a cross on your ass.
Scamp.
Cross on your ass.
He's got taken a spooky skank.
I meant scamp.
Oh God!
I'm writing that down just in case that factors into tonight's.
I was going to say that's what happens when I tombstone him last week.
God, you can't help taking shots at Taker, can you?
Oh. Spooky scamp. Scamp.
You didn't say that. You said spooky skank.
No, I didn't. I said scamp.
I don't know why you think Taker's pretty skanky. He does wear a vest all the time, I guess. Gets his nips out now and then, doesn't he?
We'll see what happens tonight with the spooky skank Taker.
How is this taking shots, can he? To Peters.
What do we make of this match, then?
My favourite bit of this match was the ref clearly getting in the way of a rope break.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would have been a lot better if it was a double count out, wouldn't
it? Yeah, got rid of him.
Lil didn't end up that long anyway, did she, after this?
Well, I will tell you what happened.
Right. So this was Michelle McCool's last official match.
It was the last full-time match, yeah. Layla won after counter in a pin with a pin. Layla then tore both her anterior cruciate and medial collateral ligaments and was right off TV.
Ah, poor thing.
ACL apparently no, the ACL's fine. I'm thinking of the PCL. Never mind. Ignore what.
No, she did come back though, didn't she?
When was your Regal's thing? Like little bit on the side, whatever it was. Was that after this?
I remember coming back because everyone thought Awesome Kong, who came out at the end, who were going to go into second. Everyone thought she was coming back, but no, Layla came back instead.
Well, that's got to be like when
Christian's out for AEW.
No,
okay.
The women's tag match at WrestleMania 32. No,
Eva
Marie, that's a name. Eva Marie came out.
Oh, Savio Vega that time, and I can't remember in your house.
Any match, does it matter?
Yeah. It was when he was Austin's tag partner, wasn't it?
Yeah, Savio Vega.
No one's ever said, "Oh God, I hope Savio Vega comes up to say this." It only goes 5 minutes. But yeah, like I said, the best bit of the match was the ref clearly getting in the wrong way for a pin, and then Michelle McCool having to sort of put a leg over the top of him to break it up.
Big Dave's been a bit generous with the star ratings here.
But they give it -1.
Two.
I mean, Michelle McCool, I guess, is okay. She's not anywhere near the best women's wrestlers all the time, but she's okay for this era. Layla, good dancer, not a wrestler.
She came from the Diva Search, didn't she? She was.
Yeah.
But no. And she was a great social worker anytime like Tracy Beaker had a real issue.
Oh, was she good? Because Tracy Beaker and Justine have got some things to say about her.
Yeah.
She was born in London, wasn't she, Layla?
She's English, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She was, but I think she danced for American football teams.
Miami. And then we get the debut of.
Well, there, so Layla takes about an hour to leave. Michelle McCool's confused because her music's played as well. She thinks she's one. She starts crying about it. And then Karma comes out, just laughs at that, beats her up.
And then Thornton was pregnant.
Yeah, and then Karma would do fuck all for 2 years and leave and have
her first official match was the Royal.
She got pregnant.
Yes, she did.
She was pregnant that year, had a miscarriage.
Was that a one only match then?
The Royal Rumble was the first official match, yeah.
And no, she was in for 2 years. She was in 2010 to 2012.
Yeah, she didn't do anything.
She didn't do anything.
I didn't watch it. I don't know. I'm just going off video.
She came out and beat people up, but then one time she came out and she looked like, and then she started crying, but that's because she was pregnant or something. And next week she was like, "Oh, I'm pregnant, bye." But then, unfortunately, she had a miscarriage, and then she came back for a Royal Rumble, men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
but that was it.
And then
she just didn't come back.
She was really good as Awesome.
But she turned up in Glow.
Yeah,
the TV series on Netflix.
She's something I read that.
She's the welfare queen. That,
I think she's.
Unfortunately, she got cancelled, didn't it? The next series got cancelled because of COVID. Cancelled it, but very good series. Enjoyed it.
She's in. We'll have to watch it and do a review on that.
It's good.
We'll mix it up. It's a shame for Karma because she again, Karma's one of these people who's in just happens to be in the wrong era.
Yeah, she's in AEW now, isn't she?
Yeah, but I think she's like 47 now, something like that. She's in her 40s.
And she was in that awful storyline with Brandy Rhodes, wasn't she?
Anything with Brandy Rhodes is awful.
Yeah, that's true.
Karma's now 43.
43. She's, I don't know. Maybe I don't see that enough of stuff.
Well, this is what Mickey James was saying recently, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We're saying it's too old for a woman, but then if it was a bloke,
he's still got 20
they'd be wrestling in Saudi Arabia for lots of money.
Yeah, but
I think
she is she's quite injury prone now, isn't she? I think from her own admission.
Who, Mickey James?
No,
Karma.
Awesome Kong. Yeah.
She was really good in TNA, really good.
They had a really good women's division at this point, didn't they?
Yeah.
When WWE were pissing out doing this kind of
Was
stuff.
Gail Kim in the back as well?
Yes,
she was.
That was it. Just when you mentioned the knockouts, then I didn't even realise she'd gone
Just
back.
before she eliminated herself in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, we got it, weren't you?
That's such cool. They had a Battle Royal and they were like, right, everyone needs to be out apart from these two people within the first 2 minutes. she just jumps out of the ring.
So who was that guy in the Royal Rumble? Mil Mascares, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, but she just basically hopped out of the ring, walked to the back, and that was it. She was done.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It never really worked for a Gail Kim, did it? Again, she was probably the one who was in the wrong.
She won the women's title, the first official match, the first time.
Yeah, but compared to a running TNA, it was nowhere the same, was it?
She was in
Hall of Famer in TNA, isn't she?
Yeah. Again, another one was probably in the wrong area.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Must be gutting. Absolutely gutting. We'll move on then after that car crasher match. But Lay Cool and no more. Thank God for that.
Very sad.
Yeah, we just got Lay now, I guess.
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez were practicing announcing his new title win. Who's going to be the new champion? He's like the announcer, isn't it, Ricardo Rodriguez?
He's like Paul Heyman. He's the Mexican Paul Heyman, isn't he, essentially?
Right. Yeah, they're backstage. We didn't get, before the match, we get a video package, very emotional, of Edge relinquishing his world heavyweight title in the video. Sad. Do you know what? What I watched it, I was quite happy. The fact that he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? Nice to see.
When you see it 10 years later, then know he's back, yeah.
He looks so... It's his life, isn't it?
Yeah. He really properly, fully stepped away from wrestling for a long time, didn't he, after this?
I think you have to.
Didn't want anything to do with it. Well, Daniel Bryan did the same, didn't he, when he retired? When he thought he had to.
I don't think Edge even watched it, did he?
No. Went and did, what was the show he was on?
Vikings.
Haven
Vikings,
first, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Haven was his first one.
Well, apparently he got the gig in Haven because they saw his retirement speech and thought he was faking it or something. And they thought, this guy's great. Yeah.
Pure emotion.
Yeah.
I think you've got to step back. And I think that's maybe where... Because some people can't hack it, can they? I think you have to just fully remove yourself. There's nothing you can do. I think it's probably easier if people were told they can't wrestle again, rather than going out on your own. I know everyone wants to go out on their own terms, but you're never really out, are you? If you're told you can't do it again, that must. I think Austin said that made the decision easier for him. He got over it quicker than he would have otherwise. Yeah, because they said no, you can't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because I think Danny Brown is the opposite now. Now he's saying he's border wrestling, but it was just at least he's going out when he feels he's ready to.
Yeah, I guess it's probably but because you don't want to see your favourites go on too long. I don't want to see ex-world champions who are massive in wrestling, like the wrestler.
Yeah.
We said about Mickey Rourke earlier. You don't want to see that, do you? Which, they have to wear their living and all that, and fair play, do what you want.
Because I like that Undertaker Goldberg match was just
dangerous. It was dangerous, wasn't it? Yeah. That's not what you want to see.
It wasn't fun.
You don't want to see something terrible happen just because they couldn't leave it alone.
They become a tribute to themselves, don't they?
Yeah, but that's what Taker also said, right? He doesn't want to be seen as a parody of Taker. He did, but he got it back with that last match. Hopefully he's done for good now.
He will be.
But yeah, very emotional. I would say the second most emotional retirement speech after Mark Henry. That wasn't even a retirement speech. That's got to be up there. It's got to be up there.
How about JBL?
I don't think I've seen it.
He just said, I quit, and then he walked off, and that was it.
I quit.
Yeah.
Go.
Good stuff.
So Edge relinquished his title. That video then morphs into Christian vs Del Rio. So they're going to have a ladder match. So Del Rio was a number one contender, I'm assuming, because he won the Rumble, then lost to Edge.
He lost to Edge,
yeah.
Didn't he?
So he was... I guess he's like the next guy in line for the title. He
was number one contender, wasn't he?
Yeah. He beat Christian for the number one contender again, didn't he?
Yeah, and then there was a battle royal.
Then there was a 20-man because SmackDown love a 20-man battle royal.
It's true to do.
Absolutely love it. Christian won that to become the number one contender. That's why they're having this ladder match. Because I wrote my first book quote here. Cole is saying something. Well, I've got one before that I wrote down actually.
Cole is saying something, yeah.
No, Booker says Christian is probably the best man in wrestling. I like the matches, and do you know what? It's hard to disagree with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Edge just retired. So that's true.
So, yeah.
They always won that, didn't they? They always won the big three. So it's like
one of the ones. Ever since Jeff Hardy, but Jeff Hardy's record is awful.
Yeah, so I mean, like sometimes you said Jeff Hardy or something, or Matt Hardy, you'd look at the record and think kayfabe terms nowhere near, but yeah.
Edge and Christian got up there. And then I think Cole's saying something about Del Rio. And Booker just gonna say, "Why don't you shut the hell up?"
Yeah. Just that wild. Just a few times like, shut up, Cole.
He sounds legitimately angry.
I think he genuinely was at some points. Do you remember all those rumours that he got took off Raw at that time because Corey Graves was winding him up too much?
But he offered Corey Graves out, didn't he?
Yeah, but he came out and said, "Oh no, we were just working him out." I don't think he was.
No, but didn't he say after Raw, like on the internet, on Twitter, say,
on his podcast thing?
If I ever see you in the streets, Corey Graves, I'll show you what it means.
Yeah. Yeah, and then later they were like, "Oh, I already have a laugh," but I don't think they were.
I believe him. Apparently, he beat up Batista, didn't he?
Yeah.
Booker T. That's the old rumor. Before we get into the match, how much of a shame is it that Del Rio is a dickhead?
Alberto El Dickhead.
Yes, he's quite good, wasn't he?
Because he's incredible, isn't he? He's incredible.
Do you know what I'm annoyed at us? Us, the fans, especially us three, we're pricks. Like, it's when he went to WCPW, we were all pretending like it was the biggest mistake Vincent ever made. It was like letting go of fucking Del Rio.
That was before we had before we knew all the information.
Like, you're watching Vincent, man. I'm like, what a waste of stuff. But nah, do you know what? Believe we were wrong. I would like to apologise. On behalf of us three here and everyone who is in the Newcastle Auto Academy that night.
To the Big V.
Big V himself.
I just think...
Well, obviously I'm working with Vince now in Wrestling and Wrestling Federation, so
he's forgiveness.
Yeah.
I just think... I was watching all the way through this match, and because I never saw Del Rio's first run. I only remember his second run, which admittedly wasn't as good. But I did love him in Lucha Underground when he was Alberto Patron.
Yeah.
He's just got everything.
Yeah.
The man's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been a multi-time WWE champion.
He was.
But he should have been like the next big Mexican star. He should have been like the proper Mexican, because there's never been really, Rey Mysterio sort of, there's never really been a Mexican main eventer in WWE, has he? Eddie Guerrero got there, but he wasn't really.
He didn't stay there, did he?
No,
as much as like people to kind of look back on. Yeah,
he wasn't an absolute star. Rey Mysterio is the same.
Yeah.
It should have been Del Rio. Should have been. There's nothing he can't do.
Yeah, but it's just a bellend, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's such a shame. I hate people with all this talent and they waste it just because they're dickheads.
Yeah, it's very annoying. But no, it was very good. Although we'll get onto the match.
Well, his inexperience in ladder matches shows, doesn't it?
Sloppy. As Roy Keane would say. Sloppy.
It goes 21 minutes. There's a few highlights in it. Christian spears Del Rio. Crowd love it.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, because all going spear, which I'm amazed to this day that Edge got over because it was rubbish. But he used to go spear, and the crowd was going spear. It was terrible, really, but
it's not lads, is it?
But it worked.
Lads. It's the only time that'll ever work.
How's Barrett not champion? But we'll find out in the next match, Roy.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. But yeah.
There's a horrendous bump, a sickening bump. That he makes it look worse himself. So Del Rio puts Christian on a ladder that's between the ring and the announce table. He then goes for an elbow drop, sort of changes his body to make it look and feel worse, and lands straight on the ladder. Christian was there. It looked hideous. I'm sure I'm missing other ones. I think there's a step ladder. There's a step ladder gets jumped around. No, but we'll get there in a second.
Yeah, why is the little ladder there?
Before that, there's a step ladder that's getting jumped about.
Booker used it quite comedically at WrestleMania 23 that time, do you remember?
Oh, when he pulled it out. It was
the all grabbed ladders and the other little one. Yeah.
Was it Hornswoggl's ladder or something? Was he in one of the matches, wasn't he?
I think you'd need a bigger ladder though, wouldn't you, really?
He can't carry it though, can he?
Yeah, but he can't even reach the bell anyway, can he? So how's he going to reach it on a 3-step ladder?
Yeah. He never won one, did he? Or did he win? He won the wheel seat.
Wheel seat. No, he lost. Did he? I can't remember now.
Don't matter. It's horrendous. We'll never watch it.
Oh,
So yeah, probably at some point. So yeah, Del Rio is on the floor now because he's just hit the ladder. Christian's going to win. Oh no, Brodus Clay.
Yeah,
I forgot about this.
Why does Brodus Clay?
He was his associate, wasn't he, of Del Rio? Because that's how Edge properly. If you look back, the Edge spears Brodus Clay outside the ring like a week before WrestleMania 27, and he pulls back because that's kind of the fact that was the final straw.
Oh, really?
It wasn't anything to do with Brodus Clay, but it was just on Brodus Clay. But you can see him. He basically gives himself a stinger when he spears him. Yeah.
What does he get his head in the wrong position or something? Do you think?
Yeah, but I think it was like the Raw before WrestleMania, so he went through WrestleMania and then had his test and then
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but this is before it's the Funkasaurus, whatever it's called, Funkadactyl.
Somebody call your mama.
Yeah. This is after he'd just come off NXT, wasn't it?
He's supposed to be a bad guy here, isn't he? Like a big ad fella.
Yeah.
It's weird watching things in reverse, isn't it? The old Brodus Clay.
He takes a brutal shot with that little step ladder though.
He just gets
straight to the bonds.
Fuck
I don't think there's much you can do about it.
Dripping in blood, isn't
I was going to say, you can see the puddle at the end of the match, can't you?
It's just everything in this match was just slightly off for me.
Booker's like, I think Brodus Clay's bleeding them. Oh, is he bleeding? And then you see at the end of this,
full of blood,
on the floor. So he gets the ladder chucked at him. Del Rio comes back in. There's a huge "We Want Edge" chant. So Edge turns up in his little truck, beeping his bloody horn.
Like boogie.
Talk about a little scamp ruining the old match. Just his horn. To be fair, the only thing I liked about this is, Del Rio's on top of the ladder, so the horn's massive, but he's only distracted for a few seconds. So it takes. Normally, when someone comes out, they're distracted for like 2 minutes.
That's definitely.
They're just stood on the ropes. With, what's going on? I'll come win this match and then find out what's going on, or I can stand here and ask what's going on, then lose the match. But Del Rio,
there's a few in this match, though, where like Christian sets up a ladder like a few meters away.
Yeah, but
do a move, right? It's just logic gaps. Wait till we get to the main event on the Husband. Yeah. But I like that. It was just like, wait, what? And then,
because
it was a
loud horn as well, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
that's what Cole
Cole was livid. So Del Rio's knocked off the ladder into Clay and Rodriguez. And Christian wins. 21 minutes, he wins. He would lose it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So Randy Orton.
One more match. Yeah.
4 1/4 from Dave.
That's about right. I enjoyed it.
I was quite generous, that, David.
I enjoyed it. I think this is probably my favourite match of the night.
Oh, no, it's not for me, Peters.
I think it was for me for the moment, but I just thought the match was a bit sloppy.
No, I just think some of the bumps that they took, maybe.
I'm going to say, this is the main event for me. This should have been the main event.
Yeah.
Cena in it.
Good.
Yeah, he is Cena, but everyone's already bought the pay-per-view at this point. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's already paid the $50 or whatever it is for that.
Send the fans home happy.
Yeah, you've got Edge out there. You've got Christian winning his first title. Put it on last.
It was the longest match, though. I'm glad Christian got the longest match in the card.
Except there was a good reason for Cena being out last one at the end, which I'm sure we'll get to.
21 minutes. 4 1/4 from Dave. Yeah. So we go from the sublime to...
Well, just before we move on to the ridiculous. Do you not think the moment's spoiled? And again, I didn't watch it at the time, so it's hard to judge. But the moment's spoiled because you know he loses it in 2 days. Or 2 days taped, 5 days live.
No, it was a good story, that Randy Orton one.
I didn't actually know that it was that long, so it didn't affect it for me.
It's just one I just think Christian...
I know what you're saying, though. Why not just let it
for me, because Christian's always compared to Edge, and I get it because they're in tag team, and Edge is he the most decorated WWE superstar of all time? Yeah. Or he's one of them, isn't he? He's definitely in the top 5.
He is number 1, I believe. In terms of titles,
yeah.
Title run.
Don't you just think Christian he needed to win it on his own?
He kind of did. Like, it won because he would have won it anyway if Brodus didn't interfere.
Yeah,
I guess you kind of want Edge there.
I was going to say,
I'm not saying this one.
Clear.
I get that with the Edge today, but I just think he should have maybe held it.
His second title, he won it on DQ, didn't he? That was his only 2. Yeah,
he should have won it at the next pay-per-view on his own, and then he could have lost it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, but it was
just for Christian.
It was. I remember at the time, Ross. Like, you know, when you always have like one good kind of, because it's always quite a bit quiet after WrestleMania, isn't it?
Mm.
And there's always like one good feud that kind of carries. I think for a long time it was Randy Orton and Christian.
Could have beat Del Rio though at the next pay per view. Or could have
Del Rio was gone. Del Rio was on Raw. That's how you knew it was going. Christian was going to win anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think he could have won a match. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think when you look at it on paper, but no one was mad at it at the time, which you would think they would be, because it was a good storyline.
Yeah, well, I think Christian said this on this podcast of Edge. They have loads of injuries, and it was basically that storyline wasn't going to go on as long. And Vince basically said to him, "I've literally got you two."
Goes all the way through to SummerSlam, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he's like, "You need to do this now for me because you're all I've got."
Yeah, it goes all the way through to SummerSlam, which is a long time for a feud these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
interesting.
It was good.
Christian,
it's kind of sad that Christian's in the AEW.
Yeah, it is.
Big Show, I don't mind. He's done what he can, but Christian, when he came back,
what would he do?
I'd have loved to tag with Edge once. Please.
One more belt.
Yeah. One more tag title run. That'd be nice to see.
I wonder how long his contract's for. He might do it.
Yeah, hopefully he does.
That was going to be Edge's initial retirement, wasn't it? Christian was going to beat him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But interestingly, Christian prefers SummerSlams because he says he's always had his bigger matches at SummerSlams.
Yeah, probably has because you quite fat on the can, but he's had title matches at SummerSlams. And
I think he was injured for a lot of
Yeah.
WrestleMania. So he says he thinks SummerSlam was the big one.
Yeah, makes sense.
We then go backstage. Then we see Miz and it took me ages to remember this fella's name, Alex Riley. Alex Riley's basically saying, "Miz, are you sure? Why are you so confident? You've never been in a cage match before. Now you're up against two other fellas."
Yeah,
and
he wasn't happy with it, wasn't he?
And he goes, even if you lose, yeah, it's just like even if you lose, like I'm not going to lose.
Yeah,
but yeah, Alex Riley was going to be a big thing out of this, wasn't he? Another NXT guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't see him have a backstage fallout with him or something, and just basically buried him, and that was it. He was there for ages though, even though he didn't do anything. Alex Riley. That when we went to WrestleMania in 2016, I saw Alex Riley have an access match. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And that he'd not been on TV for like literally 3 or 4 years at that point. I think.
Because it was.
I think he was a pre-show panelist with David Otunga on it for a long time.
Did he went against Miz or something? Did he turn on Miz turn on him? And that was
that was meant to be it, but apparently Cena put the old kibosh on it.
He's made some mistakes, Cena. I mean, I'm not saying that WWE's missed Alex Riley.
And he also ended up in Glow with Awesome Kong.
That sounds all right for me.
Steelhouse.
Yeah. Well, you got to do what you got to do, haven't you? The next match then, this is a lumberjack match. It's for the tag titles. It is the Core, composed of Wade Barrett, who's the Intercontinental Champion, and Ezekiel Jackson. They're going against the current champions, Big Show and Kane. Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater of the Core are in the lumberjacks. It's just a shitload of jobbers. I think there's a list here. Byron Saxton, Connor O'Brien, who is Connor from Ascension, Darren Young.
Didn't know he was there.
Yeah, David Hart Smith was apparently there. Evan
Was
Bourne.
he the guy in a cowboy hat?
Who was the guy?
Was that Lance Cade, or was he?
No, Lance Cade had died at this point, right?
I don't know.
Who was the guy in the cowboy hat?
Who was the guy in the sunglasses?
Was that Lucky Cannon?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Lance Cade had died by this point.
Jacob Novak, Johnny Curtis, who is
Fandango.
Yeah, just to give us it.
Is Jacob Novak not someone?
He's none of a Wikipedia page.
Wow.
Primo, Santino Morello. You met him on the one. Yeah. Titus O'Neil, Trent Barretta, Tyler Rex, Vladimir.
He's Trent in AEW, isn't that? Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Is that the same guy? Yeah.
Tyler Rex, Vladimir Kozlov.
He is now the Russian color commentator for Impact.
I was going to say he's just gone over there, hasn't he?
He was also in Marvel's The Punisher. He was
also useless in this because he kept trying to be the face, but he never actually did that.
Yeah.
I think one of the Usos was there as well.
They're both there.
Well, they're not on the Wikipedia thing.
They're definitely there in the shorts. They're blue shorts.
So there the
because he did. Cole literally said one of the Usos when he interfered, didn't he? Or when he got beat up at the end.
Yeah, right. This match only goes 4 minutes. It's basically Ezekiel Jackson, Big Zeke, showing off his power against Big Show and Kane. Kane's thrown out. He's beaten up by the Lumberjacks. And then Show just takes them all out.
Yeah.
The car looked like right idiots all over this.
The car were dead on arrival, weren't they?
Was like...
Yeah, they were so rubbish. Basically, because Wade Barrett lost to CM Punk for leadership in Nexus.
Right.
So it's like, right, I guess I'm on SmackDown now. And then a few of those lads decided not to join. I think the two who were in Nexus, is it Gabriel and Slater?
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to do CM Punk's initiation thing where he was getting them to like beat themselves up and electrocute themselves and shit.
Right.
So they were like, we'll move across with this guy. And Ezekiel Jackson turned up. He was like, right. And it was like, oh, we've got no leaders. But Wade Barrett was the leader.
Right.
And then they tried to beat up Rock and Cena when he announced the match. And obviously Rock and Cena beat up all four of them. And here we are.
Yeah, now the
also, Wade Barrett was randomly Intercontinental Champion while all this was happening.
Yeah.
Did he lose that at WrestleMania 27?
See, they really dropped the ball with all the core and everything, didn't they? And
the Nexus. They dropped the ball with the Nexus.
I would argue with the
that's
core.
what I mean.
They never had the ball.
That's more what I mean, is the Nexus and then everything that it led into.
They lost to Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Santino Marella at WrestleMania in 1 minute 32.
Horrendous, isn't it?
They did quite well in this match. Lasted 4 times as well.
So the finish, Ezekiel Jackson does a power slam on Big Show. Wade Barrett then tags himself in, gets chokeslammed. Can Big Show win? And then all the Lumberjacks start fighting amongst each other.
Why not? Yeah.
The call chat. Well, that's what I get with Lumberjacks, because always the heels and the faces. And the heels always beat him up, and the faces are like, nah, get him back in the ring. It's just rubbish, isn't it? The Lumberjacks brawl, the call get chokeslammed because they try a sneak attack. That's it. I just think even the call would look better if they tried to put their own guys in.
Well, they split up after this.
Right.
Next pay-per-view, Ezekiel Jackson defeats Wade Barrett by disqualification.
I just think, but when you've got two members in a Lumberjack, it's not like the big massive. If Kane and Big Show are your two guys on the outside, I get it, because then they can legitimately scare him. But when it's Eve Slater and Justin Gabriel,
what's the point?
You need some more fellas, don't you? You know what I mean?
Gave this 3.25.
3.25.
No, sorry, 3/4.
I was gonna say.
Jesus Christ!
He's on one day this week.
Sorry, 3/4.
Well, somebody put in Dave's drink.
Yeah.
3/4.
This is Just take it. You want the fan Peters?
I just put.
It's better than your normal shoot.
Yeah, there you go.
Sad.
Sad for everyone involved. Picture and kids.
It was filler, not killer.
Yeah, but it wasn't even filler. Get rid of it.
It was that beef spread, wasn't it? You come back for 30p out the jar, not even proper filler.
You're saying this, Peters. I imagine you've got that in your cupboard.
No, that's what we fed as a child. It was horrendous. Beef paste sandwiches.
If you don't like it, then that is just something wrong with it.
Yeah,
beef paste is all the rage back in the day, wasn't it? Beef paste.
Yeah, there's paste sandwich. Oh, no.
No, not a fan. It's like you'd be all over that, you thrifty bugger, you, Peters.
No. That was sandwiches as a child, so no, thank you.
Yeah, no more for that. I can't imagine beef paste and gluten-free bread. Horrendous.
There's one way to find out, isn't there?
Giant Peters on Friday when they eat a beef paste and gluten-free sandwich.
Yes.
They're all out of a shoe.
Joel's going to love that.
We'll just move on then.
Right.
Ezekiel Jackson in at the match. He's Big Rick in Lucha Underground. Gets he goes blind in one eye because someone puts a cigar out.
I'm blind. Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah.
He runs around with a Johnny accent going, "I'm blind."
Yeah.
Was it Joe Barton?
No, it was. I can't remember the call. I think it was Mrs. Cisco did it.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Cisco.
Oh, it's Mr. Cisco. What, did you say Mrs. or Mr.?
What's his
Mr.
first name? Sam.
Mr. Cisco is the one who was killed by Dario Cueto. And then I can't remember the other guy's name. Then one of the other ones becomes is an undercover cop with Joey Ryan.
Oh, good.
Yes, it's up.
Move on.
Yeah, move on. That dickhead. The main event then, it's a WWE Championship match. It's in a steel cage. It's a triple threat. It's John Morrison versus John Cena.
Hey.
The Miz,
Ho, ho.
who is the champion. I was a bit... I thought Miz and Morrison... I just assumed Miz and Morrison were going to be tag team partners at this point.
Hey. Ho,
Had that already happened?
Yes.
Yeah, long being ago as that.
Right.
That was when Miz. That was when they were on ECW.
Right, okay. I just assume... Because that's what they do now, isn't it? If this match was right now...
They had a big feud about how they were going to split up and how one of them was going to be Janae. And everyone presumed it was going to be The Miz. But it wasn't.
I was thinking that, right, as I was watching this match. Isn't it ironic that probably the most talented one, as in like in-ring and athleticism,
was away for the longest time.
has done the least.
He just pack on, you know.
I know.
Yeah, he does.
I saw him messing about on the stairs. You know what I mean?
Just running.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what he used to do. That was his character at this point. He used to run backstage doing parkour.
Yeah,
I think he left this year, didn't he? Don't think he lasted too much longer after this.
Just going through the tricks.
Having said that, this match was 20 minutes, I think, or 21 minutes.
No,
20 minutes.
I've got 19, 15.
19 minutes, was it? This was my favourite match. This was my favourite match of the card.
I enjoyed this.
I don't think I've ever seen a triple threat cage match.
I
It was really interesting.
Hard to do, wasn't it, really? Because normally you just roll out the ring, don't you?
Well,
and it's like a succession of singles matches.
Triple threat matches are really hard to do anyway.
Yeah.
But especially when you're stuck in a cage. But I thought there was some really ingenuitive spots in here.
There was there was the Miz almost died.
Yes, but he got folded in half from the
His superplex from the top.
And they replay it, don't they? And they even they're like,
because classic WWE, they can't miss a murder.
Landon got the neck, didn't he? It was horrendous.
It was hideous.
It was awful.
And then he just got up. I was just like, you can never say anything about the Miz again. That happened. Miz on his head. Oh God. Morrison hits a C4, and Cena was on one of this. He does a monkey flip.
Yeah.
He see that also. He gets hit by C4. You just don't expect to see it. Look better than any of Paul Burchill's C4s. So,
yeah, let's fire it up, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's got the rock. He's got the rock 11 months.
And then I was loving the match.
There's also John Morrison getting castrated on the door.
Well, I'm going to get there, Peters.
Sorry.
The door should not have been open.
Oh, it's
fucking ref open the door. They're in a cage match because it has to be settled in the ring. And Miz goes, open the door, ref. And he goes, oh, you're right then.
I just like that. All right then. There you go.
And he does, and he opens the door. What is the point of the cage door?
Well, in the Wrestling and Wrestling Federation match, you always know the cage door is locked.
Good, because I'm the commissioner and that's it. So.
Yeah, that's true.
That just winds me up. Yeah, that is true. If you'll get a good spot where Morrison's outside.
Gives you drama spots though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I would treat
I'm not against them using the door. I just think the door should be bust open or someone should cut the lock. I just don't think I don't think the refs should open the door for them.
Yeah.
What's the point in the door?
No, I agree.
No,
I don't like it. I think it's too easy.
But I was Morrison does go outside and he's sort of stood on top of the door. I was wondering how they're going to get him back in the ring. How is he going to get in the ring without winning and it not looking ridiculous?
There was a lot of that though, on the way. It was like all you need to do is drop and you won. Yeah. There was a lot of suspending your disbelief.
But that one they did quite well. So he's sort of he falls on the door and he goes either side, and the Miz actually pulls him back in.
Yeah, well, the Miz flicks the door out, doesn't he? And gets him, and then Morrison then closes the door back on the Miz. All clever stuff.
Yeah, I just thought it was really, really well worked, the whole thing.
Morrison hits that spot, wasn't it, where Morrison closes the door on the Miz Swede?
I think that was just before.
Was that just before? That's it. Yeah, that's it. And then
because he was on the top one.
Then the Miz opens it, and then that's how he gets castrated on the door. Yeah.
That Morrison hits a Starship Pain off the top of the cage. He could have won it, as Booker T says.
So I mean, yeah, Booker T ruins. Well, don't ruin it because he's making sense, but he should be saying it really, should he?
Booker T making sense on a wrestling pay-per-view.
Yeah, he was literally at his feet. All he has to do was literally drop. And there's a lot of this. Right? Oh, grab onto the cage, don't dare drop. If you're going to win the World Championship, especially the first time,
you drop.
You take the risk of dropping like 4 or 5 foot. Whatever it is,
100%. Especially if you do parkour, isn't that the whole thing? What they do?
Yeah.
He should have been running off the top and doing flips on that.
Yeah, it's the good spots, but you've got to really suspend your disbelief because people are idiots. Same with ladder matches most of the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many ladder matches could Jeff Hardy win if you want obsessed with jumping off stuff?
Yeah. There is a good one though in one of the Money in the Banks where he puts Edge through a ladder and the commentary team sell it as, well, yeah, he should go to win it. Why aren't you going to win it? Oh, because Edge ruined his brother's life.
Yeah.
So he wants to punish Edge more than win the
title. I get when they always cover it like that, but do you mean like you grab the belt and then win
and then do it? Yeah, then you're a dick. then you're a heel if you do that.
Yeah. John Morrison could have jumped out, and if he wanted to beat Miz, he could just come back in, couldn't he? With hit him with championship belt that just won.
Yeah, through the open door.
Yeah.
John Morrison is about to win. He's climbing through. Old R-Truth, he turns up, knees him in the head against the steps. Yeah. Truth then thinks he's in the match. He enters the ring. He does these finishes on the scissor kick and like some sort of, I can't really call them STOs or something you call it, don't you? That thing, reverse STO or something. The move we did on. Little Jimmy's not around yet.
No, that's what it's going to become.
He does that on Morrison. Morrison's out. Truth then climbs over the cage. And then Booker, and I quote, says, "What the hell is going on with Truth?"
What the hell going on with Truth?
He's wondering why, because we're all like, does Truth think he's in the match? And Cole's like, yeah, well, he's proving that he would have won it. Well, yeah, I probably could win a cage match if I entered 20 minutes after everybody just beat each other up.
Yeah, I guess if you're a deluded heel, I'll let him off that one. That was all right, that one. So you could have walked out the door anyway, though, couldn't he? Because it's open.
Yeah, because
didn't have to climb.
Yeah. Morrison is just dead in the corner then. And then Cena and Miz are fighting on the cage. And so Cena hits a super AA off the top rope on the Miz to win. Cena's the new champion. Do you know what I think? Right? Top rope moves in a cage match, right? If there wasn't a cage around it, they'd look mental. But because there's a cage around it and it's not as high as they can go, they just
So you think you should have done the AA off the cage?
I'd be up for that.
No, I don't think he should, because
it would have been good.
I'd have been up for that.
I thought he was going to do it at one point on John Morrison, like at the earlier.
John Morrison was the sort of person that would take that move.
Oh, to be fair, you could do it because Braun Strowman threw. I'm going to shame it, man. He took a bump like that.
To be fair, Big Keith jumped off the top.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
John Valby.
No, but I just
How
think
the hell Big Keith survived that, I'll never know. But we'll come to that time.
I didn't Valby survive that.
Well, yeah,
it's true. No, but if Cena does the AA off the top rope and there's no cage, you're like, oh my god, that looks amazing. But because there is another level, it's the same move, but it just doesn't look as good.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean, but yeah.
So Cena's the new champion. It's his 10th title. He'd only win 6 more in 10 years.
Yeah. Well, the original idea was he said he was going to win it and hold it and defend it against The Rock. But then obviously they scrapped that because they didn't have the title for the first one.
Did it for the second one, though? The second time.
The Rock had it, though, didn't he?
One night only, yeah.
Yeah, The Rock had it the
one
second
night
time.
only, it was 2 nights.
What did we think then? Because he won the title recently, didn't he? What do we think of The Miz as champion at this point?
I think he's improved a lot.
It was too early.
Yes.
It happened and it had a lot of Miz. I think Miz is alright, but it's not.
I think he's a better Intercontinental Champion than World Champion.
It was weird. He had like WrestleMania one. You know what I mean? It's weird, isn't it? But I guess that if they're trying to create new stars, that's the idea, isn't it?
It's a shame it wasn't his 2017 Miz.
I was going to say, if it was like recent,
that would have been better.
Yeah, because then by the time he won it again this year, no one cared again, did they?
And he was a transitional champ again, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know why no one cared? Because of that stupid face turn thing they did with Shane McMahon.
Yeah, it was almost like just a thank you this time, wasn't it? I think for you being a good lad.
Yeah,
we had the other face turn with Ric Flair, and anyway, time the figure fell. That was weird.
Yeah. Also, it's just they gave the Money in the Bank to Otis, and then thought, "Oh shit, we'd give the Money in the Bank to Otis."
That's true. Yeah,
we better put it on the Miz.
I don't know. It felt weird at the time because it felt they'd not presented him very well, which I think is why almost like you needed John Morrison into that cage match just to make it feel like a threat to Cena.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was just the last one was because I remember WrestleMania 27, they went to a double count and The Rock restarted it, and that made Cena look weak because he had a double count against The Miz.
Yeah.
Which they didn't build the Miz up enough, which they sometimes don't do.
No, they forget about because they're focusing on Cena, aren't they? Not the champion. I think Drew McIntyre mentioned it when he first joined WWE. He had like a thing with the Undertaker, and now he looks back at it and he thinks he just doesn't look right in the ring. I just don't think Miz at this point looked right with the belt.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's because he's young or what, but it just didn't look right.
I know what you mean. Right, we're going to talk about Bin Laden.
Is that after this?
Yeah.
Do you know, completely unrelated. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was after this. I thought it was on a house show.
No, it was after this event.
Right, so Cena wins. Basically, he says Bin Laden's been found and compromised forever.
To a permanent end. Found and compromised to a permanent end. Osama Bin Laden. Then everyone goes mental. USA.
Right person to do it.
Well, that's what I mean. Maybe the Christian was going to main event, and then all this is kicking off.
You can't have a Canadian.
Because I know he wanted his mate, but Vince has got contacts in government. I know, definitely. He's always had. So I reckon one of them rang up and, hey, Vince, we're bumping off Bin Laden now. Osama, we're going to do him.
Well, they must have announced it.
Yeah.
The Yanks must have announced that within about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I remember waking up and thinking, who won the championship? And also, Bin Laden's dead. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was when Obama went for his second term and he opened up a speech with, I don't know if he opened up the speech, someone said, why should Osama Bin Laden win the, why should Barack Obama carry on being president in the USA? And it was just one line of Barack Obama going, Osama Bin Laden is dead. They just go out and everyone was like, yeah!
There you go. USA.
They love it.
Yeah, they celebrated the next night, didn't they?
Did you really?
Lillian Garcia sang the national anthem before they on TV.
She loves to belt the tune out.
That's a good national anthem. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the real main event. That's the real quiz, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember seeing that clip as well on like Charlie Brooker's screen wipe or something when he was just like, because I don't think WWE released it, but someone recorded it on the phone. It was suddenly.
That's what I saw. Yeah, from a fan perspective. I literally saw that today without knowing that was. It was
that show. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Happy ending then for everyone.
Happy ending for everyone. Well,
Mr. Bin Laden, but he didn't deserve a happy ending, so go fuck himself. Terry Peters, what did you think of the old main event? Not Bin Laden's death. Oh, what do you think about that? Have you got any comments?
Big Dave gave it 4 stars.
4 stars. He didn't like the suspense when Rocket already used to kill him.
Yeah, no, he gave it 4 stars this main event, which I think is right again.
I think it was right.
Hey, was that less than a ladder match then?
Yeah, by half.
Yeah.
I think this deserved to. It wasn't a 5-star match.
Sorry,
it deserves to have half a star knocked off the door opening.
Should have been the other way around. Still think it should have Christian.
I think again another strong main event on a really, really strong card for something that I had pretty low expectations for.
I agree with you.
I thought this was going to be worse than it was.
I thought this was really good.
I just assumed WWE around this time is pretty much the pits.
But it was. That was.
And now I'm watching it. I'm thinking, you know what? This actually wasn't bad.
That's the narrative, isn't it? The WWE was awful at this time.
Yeah, but. And especially after
that's why I picked the show, to be honest, to kind of lead us into, like how things need to change in the
and especially not after like a particularly well received WrestleMania either.
Yeah,
I think this is probably better than that Mania.
Yeah, what would you give out of 10 then, Peters? 6.5.
I'd give it probably about a 7.5. I think
I'd agree with you.
Get rid of the Lay Cool match. Get rid of the tag match.
They're only 2 weak matches, aren't they?
And you've got a decent card. I'd rather have a shorter with less matches than those two.
To be fair, you're only getting rid of 10 minutes, aren't you?
Yeah, but
for them to exactly. So you could have done it.
You could have done easily. It. So you could have had like if you'd have done that, probably a really hidden gem that a lot of people would talk about to this day if you'd got rid of that.
Yeah,
because 10 minutes in, I know it's still 10 minutes in it, but I mean, even if you had like 2 minutes onto the Sheamus match, it's not the end of the world.
You could have put on the country whipping match, couldn't you?
No, get rid of that as well. There's a third.
Do you know what?
Oh, he was going to get Red Ass JR. His entrance is great. Ross, it looks so intense.
The thing is, I know it was rubbish, but it was a little bit of comedy as well. That one.
They should have won.
Whereas the other, they should have won. Whereas the other two were genuinely just
matches.
I still think they should have ended that feud with a barbecue sauce match.
Barbecue on a pole.
You know, like the Mimosa Mayhem in AEW where they push them to that and Mimosa.
Yeah.
That Jay has barbecue sauce.
But
Yeah.
I think this is a really, really good card, actually. Like I say, I think it's quite a hidden gem in WWE's archive.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm going to agree with that. Peter, 7.5. Lou, what would you give it?
Yeah, I'm going to give it 7.5 as well.
Oh my God.
All around.
Is this the first time ever?
This is one of the first pay-per-views that we've all agreed that every match, all the matches that we liked were all good, and all the bad matches. That's all the matches.
I think I just went into it with such low expectations and picked it for that reason. But it was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the commentary could have been better.
Yeah. I think the thing is, if you ignore the commentary and just sort of get delved into the action, this one's gripped me a lot more than some of the others that we've watched recently, put it that way.
I can't wait for a yearly roundup tier list.
When this becomes in like the pinnacle of wrestling.
Well, no, when we forget about it and just think, yeah, that was all right. We look at the card again, that was rubbish. Just put it right now.
Put it middle.
6.5. I go to pay-per-view. Watch it, guys. It's worth it. It's only 2.5 hours long.
If you have to pick one match then to recommend from this card.
It's a cage match for me.
I'd put the ladder.
I'll go a ladder. Just it's Christian's first world title.
Yeah, well, I get that.
Yeah, I wish it was main event.
I get that.
I'd almost put CM Punk, Randy Orton up there as well.
See, my issue with them two is I've seen better ladder matches and I've seen better last man standing matches. I don't think I've ever seen a triple threat cage match. I just enjoyed it.
I'll tell you what, Cody Rhodes match was fun.
I was going to say, do you know what as well? Cody Rhodes is very close.
I said the green mist was weird.
Weird and unnecessary, but it was there. It was the thing. We loved it.
Whatever. It's a talking point.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've praised Cody Rhodes. The internet is happy now.
The car version.
With me.
Big Show and Kane. That was decent.
There's always one in there.
Yeah, we had a country whooping match since, and I think that's a crying shame. But put it on the
God. That was cool. That was it, and that was Extreme Rules 2011. Give it a watch, guys. If you've got spare 2.5 hours, if you've only got spare half an hour, watch either the cage match or the ladder match.
If you've only got spare like 20 seconds, just find John Cena's Bin Laden announcement because it's just surreal.
It's on Twitter. I've seen it on Twitter today, so find it on there.
Search John Cena Bin Laden.
It is exactly what you think it's going to be, but it's still shocking.
Yeah.
Next week, then, we're going back to 1997, In Your House 15.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a stacked card.
It does, doesn't it? Considering there's only 4 matches, Russ.
It's actually only 4 matches.
Yeah, because it'll be the dark matches again, like we saw last week.
Yeah, but are they on the actual In Your House? We didn't see any dark matches, did we?
But we won't see any next week. There's a dark match after the main event again.
Yeah, but it's an hour and a half long, isn't it? An hour and 45 minutes long.
It was last week.
Yeah, but there's more than 4 matches on there.
There's 5 matches. 5 matches. So we've got Triple H against Flash Funk.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Mankind versus Rocky Maivia.
Is that not Too Cool Scorpio?
Yeah. The Nation of Domination against Ahmed Johnson, a gauntlet match. Shader and Undertaker versus Stone Cold. Cold Day in Hell.
Cold Day in Hell. In Your House 15. So everyone watch that, guys, and you can just see us ripping it apart if it's your favourite thing. Maybe we'll all enjoy it. Maybe 2 weeks in a row we'll all enjoy it. Maybe we've had the darkness before the dawn.
This is the dawn.
Is this the dawn and we've had the darkness last week? Because it was shit last week.
We'll find out next week.
It was all right last week.
Yeah, it was terrible. I hated every second of it. That's that then. Don't forget to join us tonight for the Wednesday weekly wrestling or whatever.
Yeah,
just
great.
There's a load of W's. Put what you want in there.
And an A and an F in there.
And an A and an A. You put what you want in there. No, it's rest around one word. That's what we've got to work out.
No, Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation. Weekly Wednesday Wrestling, I think.
But we're on the road to Rest Around Mania Backlash.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I think I've just called it Rest Around Lash.
Rest Lash.
Rest go. But it's going.
Right, there we go. Look, you can see Terry Peters and his brand new do on Fridays and Sunday mornings. Am I right, Peters?
7:30 p.m. 9 a.m.
9 a.m. on the old Twitch /Bell Nation. You can find him anywhere.
TV /Bell Nation.
You just Google Bell Nation, you'll find him.
I'm there.
You're still on the hunt for 200 subscribers. You must be.
He's got him.
He's got him. Well done, Terry Peters. He's on the hunt. He's on the hunt for 250 now.
Well, 250, yeah.
He's on the hunt for a new job, I believe.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out.
Has he finally been sacked from here?
We'll find out.
You'll know by the time
on Monday.
You'll know by the time this has come out, won't you? Maybe not.
We will.
We'll find. Yeah, well, you'll know. We'll record 2. He's dabbing again, for God's sake. You can find Lou on the old Twitter. Is Lou Markham. You can find him posting nice things about Roman Reigns' music.
It's great. Like, literally watch that. Forget anything about this stupid show that we just watched. Just watch Roman Reigns' entrance. Like, you know, if it's 2 minutes long, and you can watch it like 90 times. Do that with your time. 3 hours.
Instead of listening to us, just do that.
That's what I've done. Oh, it's glorious.
Literally one pass, I'll say. You don't have to listen to the show, just listen to music on repeat.
90 times. Yeah, great.
You can find me not tweeting at the Wrestling. You can find us all if you just Google Wrestling Around. We are everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube.
MySpace.
Have we got one?
Bieber. Friends Reunited. Find us on AOL chat.
Habbo Hotel.
Habbo.
Club Penguin.
MSN. Add us on MSN. We'll send you a link.
Blue Waffle.
God's sake.
And on that note, thanks for joining us, Lou.
Sure, thanks.
Tape it is your disgrace. You don't get thanks this week.
Thank you
for showing that out. Thank you everybody for listening. And join us next week where we do another In Your House, where we cover In Your House 15.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
When I had a boyfriend, did you think that we were sexually active?
I sure didn't.
I had to be naked.
No. Completely butt naked?
Well, I had shoes on.
Happy Mother's Day. I'm Nikki Levy, and welcome to Don't Tell My Mother. Don't Tell My Mother is where celebrities like Adam Rippon, Constance Zimmer, Zainab Johnson, and Emily Hampshire tell true stories they'd never want their moms to know. And then they tell their moms.
I would get up early and look at porn. You knew that.
Yes.
You had your diary underneath the pillow.
You read my diary?
I did.
Subscribe to Don't Tell My Mother wherever you get your podcasts. If it's not one thing,
it's your mother.
Just don't tell my mother. Just don't.
Acast
Acast
recommends.